In this topic, we're going to introduce ourselves to Octavian and look at what he inherited from Caesar. Make sure you answer the following key questions. 1. Who was Octavius and how was he related to Caesar? 2. What dilemma was he faced with in 44 BC? 3. What did he inherit from Caesar? 4. How did he and Antony fall out? 5. Under what circumstances did Antony, Brutus and Cassius leave Rome? In his will, Caesar named his 19-year-old great-nephew Octavius as his principal heir. Octavius, whose parents were Attia, Caesar's niece, and Gaius Octavius, was studying rhetoric in Apollonia when he heard of Caesar's death. According to Caesar's will, Octavius stood to inherit a lot of money, which he needed to pay the legacy Caesar left to the people and his armies in his will. The name Gaius Julius Caesar and the auctoritas which came with it, and the service and loyalty of Caesar's slaves, freedmen, friends, clients, and veterans. This was a difficult decision for Octavius. If he stayed, he risked losing all that inheritance or being assassinated, whereas if he returned to Rome and accepted his inheritance, that could be dangerous for him. Against the advice of his family, he decided to return to Rome, and when he claimed his inheritance, he also changed his name to Gaius Julius Caesar Octavianus, and henceforth we will refer to him as Octavian. However, Antony severely underestimated the young Octavian, and he tried to bluff him out of his inheritance. So Octavian sold off his own property to pay the 300 sesterces owed to each citizen, and this obviously would make him incredibly popular. He also held public games at his own expense, and a comet was seen on the same day, which the Romans believed was Caesar's soul ascending to the heavens. Octavian used his new name to transfer the loyalty of Caesar's troops from Antony to himself, taking advantage of the anger they felt towards Antony's reconciliation policy. Those former veterans of Caesar's were very, very upset that Antony wasn't doing anything to avenge the death of their beloved general. Antony didn't really retaliate to any of this, but he aimed to protect himself instead. So he had a law passed to give himself proconsular imperium, so like the governorship of Cisalpine and Transalpine Gaul for 5 years, instead of taking up his proconsulship in Macedonia. So Cisalpine Gaul and Transalpine Gaul are sort of northern Italy, southern France, so they're obviously much closer to Rome and Italy than Macedonia is in northern Greece. He also had Caesar's old legions transferred to him from Macedonia to Gaul. Eventually, Caesar's old officers convinced the two of them to end their feud, and while all this is happening, Brutus and Cassius armed themselves and headed east to the provinces which they'd been allotted by Caesar before his assassination.